USL Prime League.
Grandmaster scrub.
Exactly, right?
Gonna be a bash, right? And it's like, no, Sacsri. he's got a Master League portrait, but we all know he's amazing.
Exactly. Hey, maybe he plays on like a barcode or something too, you know? How many accounts does he have in Grandmaster is the real question that aren't his own, like, name. So, we're gonna find out who the true Grandmaster of this Best of 5 series is, though, as we do spawn here onto Coda. Our first player, we were just talking about him, in the bottom right corner. He's blue, he is...
My Insanity, Sacsri.
And the only Terran player to make it through to the round of 8. Our orange buddy, this is...
Samsung Galaxy, Journey.
Alright. Whoa. Okie dokie then. Very interesting barracks placement here out of Journey. What do you make of this, actually? I mean... what's the purpose, Reno? Is what I need to know.
You get the fastest Reaper possible.
You don't waste any time.
You hope that the other guy doesn't, like, early pull you, and that you can get something out. That's the only thing I can think of. I'm not actually sure. But, you've got the Reaper cliff, so it's going to be much shorter to go this way rather than to have your Reaper run down the main ramp, down the natural ramp, and out that way. And here it's like just whoop, right over there.
Alright, well, we'll see how it works out for him as Sacsri is going for a pull first. Which could be problematic, of course, because this is the kind of opener that you expect is going to be that Reaper and then the command center. Most likely on the low ground, unless he put it. Yeah, I was gonna say unless he like put it next to that depot, but I don't think there's enough room to wall right there. So he most likely still will put it on the low ground, and Sacsri might be able to get a cancel if Journey only commits to one Reaper and doesn't realize what's going on.
He's got a second Reaper queued. He is ready to go, and this is kind of curious because people were talking about the sort of kind of change up that Innovation did at MSI to the Reaper opening. And now I'm wishing that I had read that build more carefully because I didn't notice the barracks versus gas timing. But the general point of the build is 2 Reapers, and then for the first like 3 minutes, everything is slower, and after that, everything is faster because you actually, shoot, I remembered. That's actually going to be, you get more SCVs. You get 1 more SCV. He got 1 less, so he went 11 racks, 12 gas, and now 3 Reapers.
All right. Well, let's see if he's able to get any damage done. Sacsri did open up with the pool first. Decided not to make any lings with it, only using his queen in order to defend, and then just using all of his Livar on drones, most likely. But he also opened up with a gasless opener, so... he was going to have a few more queens than usual against the 3 Reaper opener. I mean, what are your thoughts against that? Only queens, no speed pressure in order to try to punish them when they do finish, or when the speed does finish.
With a guy like Sacsri, you want to believe in his control. This is not, GM versus Masters play, because 3 Reapers is what you need to contend 1 queen. But we've seen so many Zerg players, they're like, yeah, 3 Reapers can contend 1 queen, but 3 Reapers can't contend 2 queens with good control. So as long as you're keeping your queens, you're pulling them at the right time, you can deal with the 3 Reapers just fine. And that's what we're seeing thus far from Sacsri. He's holding well, and he's like, I'll just take my gases now. And on the back end, the command center, of course, coming in at the natural, but that's not good enough. 1 command center? Nah. This guy needs another command center.
I like it, though. Sacsri being able to hold that very easily shouldn't take too much damage, but he has the potential to lose a few. But, I mean, even if he loses a few, he's opening up with no lings. Oh, my God. But the Reaper, the second one's going to go down. He's going to lose 3 Reapers here, perhaps. Oh, Journey. Gonna almost miss micro, but
So the moves here by Journey. So he loses the Reapers, which is usually bad because you want to go Reapers and Hellions and move those things out together. We do have the Tech Lab immediately onto the Barracks, but it's a Viking first, and it's constant Hellion production. He hasn't started Stim either, and he is low on gas, so that's a potential... Okay, he's into Marauder slow. Concussive Shell, an interesting choice here for Journey.
Yeah, is he trying to hide his build here by just researching it, making it look like he's going for Stim, and then he'll switch it over to the Starport, or is he actually gonna try to make some Marauders? Because, bam, instant
Whoa,
cancel.
there's the... Yep.
So smart.
Wait, what?
Wait.
He canceled, lifted up the racks, and then landed it back immediately.
Maybe
There's
he's
the
tricking
second
himself. He might be
Overlord.
mind gaming himself right now.
So there was another Overlord to the north that the Viking just cleared up, and that's why I guess he landed the racks again. Now he's going to finish up his medevac. Am I tripping? He had a Viking on that production tab before. No, he just went one Viking, one medevac, and he is going to be getting the armory as well. So there's always the potential for Hellbats. He's following it up with one engineering bay as well.
Indeed. Yeah, very, very interesting build. It is going to be a delayed Banshee coming out, and it's just going to be a big pressure build at first. But with Roaches, he should be, well, I was going to say, with Roaches, Sacsri should be fine, perfectly fine against this kind of build. It's all going to be about how much damage the Hellions can get done before the Roaches either take them out, or before the medevac can lift them up to safety again. Just a little nervous about the counter. I love the Banshee for the counter Roach play, but sometimes, you know, a Banshee isn't enough, so he has to be incredibly careful here.
This is a way far delayed Banshee. I mean, if you want to think about fastest Banshee possible, it doesn't involve getting your third command center at that timing. And I mean, some cases you could even go one base Banshee opener, so like a one base 1/1/1 into cloaked Banshee, something like that. This is not fast Banshee. This is certainly much delayed Banshee, and Journey, he's mixing all sorts of things. We got 4 Hellions into the main base. I'm really curious to see how he continues from here on out. He's adding another factory, keep in mind, as well as +1 attack for his vehicles.
Yeah, he's just doing a lot of economic damage done, but he might be under a little bit of pressure himself. One Banshee, well, good luck. You have a lot of work to do, because that's a lot of Roaches that are moving on in. There's really nothing here at home, but he's doing great damage to the economy of Sacsri.
We're going to have the classic Roach versus spawning pool. Okay, that's pretty cool. Good thing for Sacsri, he's attacking his own spawning pool. A little bit of a misclick there by him on the other side of the map, but of course it's, you know, 17 SCVs going down as the Banshee's starting to tear apart these Roaches. Supply depots on the top of the wall, going to be blocking some of these Roaches from actually busting into the main for a little bit longer. Now there's 2 Banshees out and, 26 SCVs. Triple Mule is pretty powerful.
It really is. But I mean, if you don't stabilize, then it doesn't matter at all. This is a lot of damage here. Sacsri is getting so much damage done, and even though he took a little bit of damage himself, he's still on 48 drones, has his third base up, and is still not even done doing the damage here in the base of Journey. Oh my goodness.
This was looking interesting like a minute ago for Journey. And I mean, he's got +1 attack for his vehicle, so he's got that going for him. He's going to clean up these Roaches, as you said. He had 48 drones. He's just finished up a couple more. He's up to 54. Journey, like, technically doesn't have enough to saturate one base.
Not even. And he's going mech, so this is going to slow him down so much. He can get the mules all day, but, you know, you're not doing any kind of pressure here with drops to try to get yourself back in the game. It's going to be mainly Hellion-based, and perhaps even these Banshees could get something done, but with all these Queens, I'm not seeing that really going to be an issue. Oh, do they have Cloak, though, actually? I don't think it matters with the Overseer. They don't have Cloak, by the way.
Nope.
Wow. It doesn't even matter, Cybert. Oh, God, one's going to go down. Yo.
Wow, that was just a weird game where, like, Journey tried all of these things.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you see that icon in the middle. Some say that it is going to be favoring, you know, the race that it is represented right there, but It could be, as you know, the first player here already has 1-game lead in this best-of-5 series. Is he going to extend it to a 2-0 lead and follow the trend that those Zergs before him today have done? We'll find out. It is going to be the blue Zerg player.
My insanity, Sacsri.
And in the bottom right-hand corner, the Terran Hope left. The Foreign Hope is gone. One of the Protoss Hopes is gone. Can the Terran Hope make it through? This is...
Samsung Galaxy, Journey.
Definitely saw a little bit of some weird play out of Journey there. Was going to plan on going mech that time. And I don't think he realized how committed Sacsri was going to be to roaches, or if he was going to try to drone up his third and then kind of play the economic game with the mech player, you know, as some Zergs like to do. Some Zerg players also just like to end it before it gets to that stage. Sacsri looking like that's exactly what he wanted to do, and he made it work. I think mainly because of just the failed aggression out of Journey, you know, starting with the 3 Reapers and like doing fancy stuff with a drop and Hellions. It's like, okay, you know what? You can't possibly have a lot at home. And I don't think Journey realized how much trouble he was in, because he didn't even rush out a tank or anything when he saw so many roaches being made. Mm-hmm. Maybe it would have been better if he went Marauders. They probably would have done better than the Hellions.
He wouldn't have necessarily had very many Marauders, but they would have slowed down those roaches if he would have just committed.
SCVs, right? Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's very true. And when he dropped down that tech lab, it was like, okay, normally when you're doing this, you drop down the barracks with the tech lab as close to the starport as possible, but it wasn't like that, and then it wasn't near the factory either, so it was just very interesting. We're seeing something much more standard, unless he loses this Reaper. That's not standard. Don't lose your Reaper.
That would have been a disaster, yeah. He is still going in, though.
He is dancing hard. Oh, nice pull from Sacsri. He's paying attention as well. Sometimes you see some Oh, come on, Reaper! No! Oh, man.
You are a crazy man. Journey, 1 HP Reaper, but if he's not paying attention to it, the Queen almost, you know, flicking like some creep at it. Just like kills it. But not gonna happen here, as Journey doing a little bit of a different opener here. Only 1 Reaper. A very, very fast 3rd command center coming out of him. Where is it? Where did he put it? Oh, it's in the back. Okay, I was like, I don't see it here. So that's just far away from the Overlord. Oh, this is cool too, though. Trapping that Overlord.
Ow. There have been a lot of early game Overlord kills in these series that we've seen tonight. Our 3rd best of 3, and I think every series has had at least one like, really early Overlord kill.
And then there was only 1 Overlord hero, which is the one that scouted the pylon from Patience, right? So he's like, well, all my brothers failed, I will be the one that will be remembered for eternity.
Okay, so this is more what I expected to see in the previous game. If you want to go Cloaked Banshee, just, you know, look at the starport position, and that's more of what you expect to see. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of Lings going to be coming out. So in this particular game, yeah, right there. Like, we got the tech lab, the starport. They're so close. They're, you know, they're buddies. He's actually going the Polt Viking before that, so it doesn't even matter. But that's more of what you expect to see. Oh, these Lings. These Lings are very close to just trapping these Hellions. There's almost the complete surround. The Reaper manages to slip away at least 4 now. There's the turnaround. 2 Hellions are going to get trapped up against the wall. Sacsri wrecking the early game.
Wow, going to be able to use a lot of Lings here against a CC first opener and gets the best amount of damage that he could get done. Maybe not the best. If he went into the natural, that would have been it. But that is pretty much what you could ask for. What a beautiful surround there and a setup as well. Perfect timing there from the Lings. Catches Journey out of position. And now there's no map presence here for Journey at all.
Into a layer as well. So it is going to be 3 base into the layer. The 3rd hatch wasn't quite complete. We also have the Baneling Nest on the way. The Polt Viking already came out, which is now why Cloak and Banshees are on the way. Of course, always being able to push away those Overlords, maybe even snipe 1 or 2, is indeed why that Viking does get produced.
Yep. And he gets it, so at least the Viking has already served its purpose. And the most annoying part about this is that it does disrupt your droning, it disrupts your unit production. He's about to get supply blocked here, actually. Sacsri is. Yep.
Very nice.
Right when the larva popped, too, so he actually can't make any drones at the moment.
Armory, factory, engineering bay on the way. We could have ourselves a very nice Hellbat Banshee attack into mech coming out from Journey. So this is one of those compositions. This is one of those attacks, even a timing, if you will. It could be a timing in some cases, where a player can do some tremendous damage. But against those really good Zerg players, they deal with this Hellbat Banshee rubbish into mech. They deal with this like every day, whether it's Pro League, whether it's GSL, SSL, on the ladder. So these Korean Zergs, oftentimes, they're so good at dealing with this stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, Sacsri even waited before his Overseer was into the base of Journey, but I mean, hold that thought. I was going to say that he was waiting to see what upgrade he would get. He's not going to have Roaches out in time right now, Cybert, as the Roach Warren is just about to complete. How much damage can these Hellbats and this Banshee do?
Ordinarily, you need units to be able to produce, and when you get supply blocked just before the big engagement like this and you don't have the Roaches, as you mentioned, then suddenly this is the time where that attack can do a lot of damage. Baneling's coming in. The split is all right. He takes out 2 of the Hellbats, and the Queens are distracting a lot of the remaining Hellbats, so the Banelings can actually get in there, do the damage. The drones have been run. So this defense, while it is very messy coming in from Sacsri, it's almost as good as he could hope for.
Oh, for sure, without even a Spine Crawler.
He has done so many things correctly.
Whoa, these drones are coming home too early. He's going to lose. Oh, the drones are so... they get away. But he did lose a few. I think 3, which is not too bad.
So 7 total.
Comeback. Yes. And look at this setup, though.
In a lot of ways... Whoa. Nidus on the way.
Surprise.
Yeah. All right, then. If that's the way you want to play this, Sacsri, we've got 2 Nidus networks in 2 different games. It was Patreus in the first series, and now Sacsri is like, I'm not playing against mech. You want to build your 3, 4, 5 factories? No. And we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Not at all, but he does need to get this in position. You know, he could go into the main if he really wanted to, but that is also a risky play, as this is, I think, too much vision here from Journey. That would be the dream, though, getting the Nidus Worm in the main. But there is a location that is not spotted, I think.
In the very back, it's like almost out of vision for Journey. I don't know if an entire Nidus can be sitting there, but yep, that's technically in vision. So yeah, we will see. He has not responded to it just yet. The SCVs could have been pulled at this point. It's like right on the edge of vision. But
oh my god, he doesn't see it.
Okay, Sacsri about to get crazy up in here as we've got Roaches pouring out. There's the Queens. They've got the transfused energy if need be. Hellions are the response. The Banshees and the tanks are the important things that we need to worry about. One tank already siege stores also going to be coming in as we do have creep tumors going to be going down. The target down of one of the armor is going to stop the upgrades for the kind of next stages of this game. Roach is going to be dealing away with the Hellbats as these tanks are not in very good position to really deal with these Roaches. So now it's Thor v. Roach. There goes the Nidus. It gets shut down, and the rest of this attack is mostly cleaned up. The +2 vehicle attack and the second armory are also gone.
Wow, the Cloaked Banshees, the heroes of this all right now, as the Queens were not able to target them because that first Overseer was taken out as it did scout and drop the change, and it did allow the Nidus to be there in the first place. But they couldn't deal with the Banshees, so it looks like Journey's going to clean it up, and I mean, I think he's perfectly fine with not losing the game straight up to something like that. That's a great investment out of Sacsri.
That second armory down to 71 HP as 2 more are on the way. One of them was nearly taken out. And this has become a bit of an awkward situation for Journey. He has been reset just a little bit. It's not like a huge amount of damage. As you said, he's probably fine with that since he did lose, you know, some SCVs, but he's still sitting at 70. He's doing all right in that department. He also does have an additional command center on the way, so very soon he'll be up to that 4 base, which is where Mech likes to be.
Yes, and you know, this is a really comfortable position here for Journey. He's also spawning in a location which isn't too bad for him if he's able to get nice and situated. The attack path is going to be a lot closer than if it was crossed, and Sacsri is going to be in a weird situation where a lot of his bases are going to be spread across the map. I don't think he really feels comfortable taking that base that is right next to, well, the closer one to Journey. He was hoping to get some crazy damage done there, or at least even end the game, but now he's forced into this late game where he has to play from, I would say, behind. You know, after that attack, he's definitely a bit behind. So it's all going to be in Journey's mastery of this composition.
We do have Banelings going to be able to potentially knock down this supply depot wall if they don't get sniped by either the Banshees or the Widow Mines, but they are, of course, in range of that sensor tower, so they may very well get cleaned up there. +2 attack has restarted for our Mechane Terran. +1 armor is on the way, while 2-2 will be finished up a while before the upgrades are actually rolling in for Journey. So Sacsri will have a bit of a upgrade advantage, but I mean, oftentimes with mech, you're just trying to trade out units and keep that mech army low. So we'll have to see how the upgrades play into this.
Yeah, and you notice that Sacsri isn't just making a bunch of roaches to fill up his supply. Yeah, he does have a low unit count, but he's limited by his gas right now, and he knows that he needs those Vipers out. He's going for them, getting Burrow, these crucial upgrades, in order to maybe surprise a group if he goes for Tunneling Claws, or even leaves a few out, because it doesn't look like Journey is even using a Raven. This is a very Banshee-heavy Terran mech army, you know? You usually see it with a lot of Siege Tanks and Thors and Hellbats, but I really, really love when they commit to the Banshees as well, because with the cloak, they can get pretty efficient, and everything on the ground gets taken out, and then all of a sudden the Banshees just force to retreat back. So this could work out really well here for Journey.
Small group of Roach Hydra needs to step back. That's going to get absolutely shredded. Sacsri, if he's going to fight, he's going to pretty much need his entire strength. He's got, well, a couple of creep-fed queens kind of out on the map, but the majority of his army is in that Roach Hydra, as you were kind of referencing. Vipers, only 4 of them are currently out on the map. There's the additional Roaches. Reinforcements going to be popping as we do have SCVs on the front line for that repair. Adding a lot of longevity. One nice thing that I do like from Sacsri is he is spreading about as far out as he can go. Top left, top right, hatcheries taken everywhere. He's going to need a ton of money if he wants to play the war of attrition.
Well, I don't even know if Journey wants to play the war of attrition. He's just trying to go for the throat. He's fully maxed out.
That's a nice blinding cloud on top of these clumped up tanks. That's a huge mistake by Journey, as Roach Hydra is going to be sending on. They should not be able to push this attack back. There we go. Journey has held. That was nearly a big mistake from Journey, as leaving those clumped up tanks can spell death in some situations.
Yeah, more situations than less of them. So this is actually a situation that we're in for Journey, that he's like, you know what, my ground army is great. If I can trade it out, that's awesome. But he's looking like he's just going to keep on committing to the Banshees. The Vikings keep on sniping all of the Overseers, and the Banshees are able to do so much damage. So this is just pretty insane, because the ground army just seems to be zoning, while the air army just does all this damage.
This is a crazy supply block that's being put on Sacsri. He's going to be moving in towards this army. A lot of blinding clouds going on top of these tanks, meaning it's just the Thors and, well, any air units that can actually get on top of this, but the majority of the air has actually been pushed back, as we do have fairly few tanks actually on the front line. Blinding Cloud, I've heard it's a pretty good spell. Banshees now turning around, but they've got no supporting units underneath them.
Nope, but the Spore Crawler, does it have the range? I don't think it does have the range for the detection. Yeah, they're going to go hide on top of that. Very smart move from Journey, or rather from Sacsri, but yeah, I mean, what could have been all those Banshees dying is not going to happen just yet. And now, wave number 2, not something you usually see out of a mech player, just reinforcing like it's bio. Usually want to get a good group of them together, but he feels like he has Sacsri in a position where he can end the game, perhaps.
Sacsri hasn't had the kind of ease of mind to be able to just max out as much as he would like to. He's not floating money. He's certainly been hindered, as you mentioned previously, by his gas, and now he is indeed a little bit choked for income. We don't quite see the same from Journey. He's a little bit more rich as he's going to be moving in. Once again, Blinding Clouds really solid on top of the front tanks, the most important ones, allowing Sacsri to get on top of pretty much everything else. Even that mine's friendly fire just helping Sacsri clean up this attack. He's smacking down this mech army.
He actually is doing it, you know. He's taken all of these bases as well, so he's going to be able to start getting his economy in check. If he can shut this down and stabilize, he's going to be in a great position. Looking like he wants to go into the melee upgrades. Perhaps he's going to add some Ultralisks in here. Who knows? I don't know if he wants to go into Broodlords or anything, because it did look like there were so many Vikings, but he's cleaned up so many of them. There's only one left. So I really like this. Yeah, I don't know how he did it, man. But
ordinarily, if you got 5, 6, 7 Banshees, like we saw a little bit earlier, it was like 5 or 6 Banshees out of Journey, then once you get that +3 attack, which he has, you know, you start to just put out insane amounts of DPS on Ultralisks. But then it's like, okay, if you clean up all of the Banshees, all of the Vikings, as you said, those late game options, Ultralisks, Broodlord, whatever he wants to do, suddenly become open.
Yep. Such a crazy situation. Like, it looked like Journey had Sacsri by the throat when it was just about to chokeslam him, you know, like through the table. But he says nope, he's going to come right through. Oh, that's a perfect blinding cloudable position. But he's going to get it.
Nothing. No, there we go. On top of 4 of those tanks. He's in pretty much the Thor is what is left to actually fire for this army. Now, the Banshees in the sky, well, they were doing good DPS until they got cleaned up, or at least one of them got cleaned up. One is still doing that good DPS from the sky, looking real fly.
Yeah, that should have been a trade that killed every one of those Roaches and Hydras, but now Journey is going to keep on trying to push with the 4 or so tanks that he does, 5 tanks that he has left. That's a scary amount still, by the way, so definitely Sacsri is not out of this just yet.
No, he is not out of it. As you say, he still needs to engage this extremely well. Blinding Clouds are really, really helping him take these engagements. The tank spread is so much better now from Journey, but even so, does he have the numbers? Reinforcing Hellions and Hellbats slowly. More tanks are pushing out across the map. He needs to fortify this position with more mech units that, you know, are slowly moving their way over. It's just he needs more time to get out these units onto the Sacsri side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, he is really pushing, and he keeps on getting this great position. He's cleared out a good amount of the creep on the pathway, but there is creep on both sides, so if Sacsri is not going to get forced into this kind of weird, awkward position, he can be able to try to flank again, but he keeps on going from one side. I don't know if this one is the best one, but does he have the sheer amount of numbers? There are some Roaches at the top. They're going to actually be able to get all of the tanks, and with some good blinding clouds, all of the tanks are going to go down. Sacsri goes into a huge supply lead, 101 army supply, actually, now to the 63 of Journey. And what a ridiculous hold continually by Sacsri.
Ooh, 5 tanks on the way at the same time from Journey. If he could have spaced out that production as he added on 4 of the tanks at virtually the same time, his macro slipping a little bit, and we do have just that ridiculous spread of bases from Sacsri being so beneficial at this point, where he's starting to harvest up in the top right-hand corner, up in the top left side. He's also getting scanned and revealing, yeah, no, these are fully operational
and
mining
actually
bases.
Mining. Exactly.
So this is really helping him pay it off. Oh, wow. That
all
is a lot of
utilized. Yeah, but that's something that you don't usually see. The fact that they're all actually mining at the moment, you know, that is such a big deal here for Sacsri. Wow.
Tempo, you mentioned some late-game options for our Zerg player earlier on. We've got the Spire and the Ultralisk Cavern now on the way. He's starting to pull up a couple of those upgrades as well. If he wants to keep on the Roaches, well, then that Tunneling Claws is going to be a nice addition. He's already got Burrow, so that's good to go. But we do have a 4 medevac, nearly completely full up drop in the north going on at the same time as this attack in the south. 1 Blinding Cloud on pretty much the only tank that's really on the front lines here, as Roach Hydra nearly stutter-stepping forward onto this Planetary Fortress. The repair from the SCVs is good, but I think it was a little bit late, allowing this Roach Hydra to DPS it down easy peasy. Now going to be able to slaughter a couple of SCVs and going to have to be forced to step back because I don't think they can push on too much further. At the same time, keep in mind, in the north, we do have that Hellbat exactly coming in.
Killing so many of the drones right now. There are 3 spine crawlers, but they don't kill it fast enough. The damage is being done here, but Sacsri, I mean, he had 83 drones before that. He's down to 57 at the moment and still dropping. Oh, he's losing so many drones at the moment, and this is basically his lifeblood. They've been keeping him alive, allowing him to trade inefficiently, but almost indefinitely this whole game. You lose that background, and yeah, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. But Sacsri, smart enough, remakes 20 drones. How often do you see a Zerg player fall into the trap of just remaxing on army, not actually replacing the drones? Not Sacsri, no.
No, man, he is not even worried. Now, we do have Greater Spire on the way. In that Hellbound engagement, he lost like 27 drones, and as you mentioned, he's pretty much back right up to where he
has more drones than he did before.
He might actually, and
I don't remember.
Ooh, so Journey, he's been doing a great job of like, I'm going to keep an eye on my opponent's many bases. On the left side of the map, he doesn't even know about that base in the top right-hand corner, which isn't fully saturated, but it does indeed have a lot of value.
The SOS base right there in the top right has been there for a while, by the way. And he just hasn't figured it out just yet. Although he's not mining the gas from it in order to maybe deny Journey's gas mining from it later on. At least he is still taking out those minerals, and he's going to blindside Journey here at this planetary. Uh-oh. Talk about cutting the economy of your opponent. He's going to just take that so fast.
Kills himself a couple more SCVs, which of course can be replaced by mules, but mules don't mine gas, which could end up being a problem later on as tanks stepping through a blinding cloud. Multiple blinding clouds going to be going down as this Roach Hydra force is going to have to be pushed back, but its job is done. He's cut down the economy like you talked about.
He is going to be able to maybe get away with them, but I'm sure that he would be happy to trade them out, but just in order to free up some supply for the Ultras. Oh, but you don't want to just throw them away for free. I mean, even if you are on 83 drones, getting anything done more with this army would be great. But I think losing them on this side of the map is better than losing them on your side of the map.
Trying to
Shark attack. Yeah.
Oh, almost gets one tank, doesn't commit to killing it, ends up getting cleaned up. The creep spread, which was actually kind of turning towards the north because of the way that Journey's been playing this game, constantly sieging in kind of the southern half of the map. So the creep spread in the north is like almost all right, but Journey has now kind of turned his attention. He's like, I'm going to go for this creep spread. I'm going to go for the middle of the map. He's got a pretty scary mech army. Is Sacsri ready to fight?
I mean, the Ultras are out. Chitinous plating is done. 3-3 is done from all sides. Not really much from the bottom. He needs the Hydras to deal with the Banshees. But, I mean, he's trying. I think Journey is actually pushing through, though. Not really phased by this Ultralisk army as they're not all engaging together. No blinding clouds either as the Vikings keep on sniping those Vipers out of the sky.
That's kind of the problem. There is 3. Oh, these 2 Ultralisks going to be taking a lot of damage. Another Ultralisk and a couple of Lings coming in from the backside gets pretty much instantly annihilated. We do have 3 Vipers currently out on the map, 3 Ultralisks. So while Sacsri has been playing fantastically up to this point, it's almost all for nothing if he can't deal with this mech army. Now here's an engagement that is only classified as awkward for Sacsri. The Thor's getting caught up a little bit here, but that choke is so small.
It really is, and there's no anti-air with those Hydras going down. It's all up to the Queens. Viper's getting the hell out of there. But Ling's all upgraded. Does he have the Adrenal Glands? No, he does not, but he does have 3 melee upgrade here. Those are going to do so well against all of this.
He catches the reinforcements, and now he gets a tank and a Thor for free. Basically, this is as bad of an engagement as Journey could have hoped for. No sieging, no preparation for his units, and no reinforcements because they were already destroyed.
And a blinding cloud. Oh, just insult to injury. Gonna clean it up. And even if he loses the Lings, that's all minerals. Something that Sacsri has no problem replacing. He just annihilated that army. It was looking pretty dicey for a minute. But now, he was able to do it. And now the counterattack is gonna go. Is he gonna be able to get this base before it turns into a planetary, or is he not even thinking of that at the moment? Oh boy.
It's going to be a hard hold for Journey, potentially for the rest of this game if he keeps getting pulled apart like this. 2 Thors on the reinforcement path, mostly destroyed by Lings, as you mentioned earlier. Those are minerals. Easy.
It's absolutely nothing. Yeah. And now without a solid tank count, the Ultralisks are going to be able to do quite a bit of damage here. Oh no, these are orbital commands both here for Journey. The only planetary is the one that is on the top side. This is going to be so hard to hold.
Sacsri playing so well this game, making so many correct decisions, patiently playing this one out, looking to the long game, knowing if I'm going to play mech, I'm going to need a lot of bases and a lot of smart engagements to do it. He didn't get overzealous. He tried some fancy moves with the Nidus Worm earlier on, but from there, it's just been such good, solid play.
Solid play indeed. You know, the blue flame Hellbats are going to deal with the Hydras pretty well, but there are more Hydras where that came from. And if he's able to clean out this army, Journey is going to be in a bit of trouble because he needs to get a good force together. He has the economy mining at the moment, but he keeps on losing his army, and Sacsri is perfectly fine with doing that because he's maxed out, doing this all day, every day. Journey doesn't ever get a full force out to just wipe out the force of Sacsri.
It's a difficult road to be at right now for Journey, where pretty much his, well, he's got two kind of competent bases that are going at it, which actually do have a little bit of income, but everything else is just falling to pieces for Journey.
Yep. I mean, this orbital command might go down here as well. Are there Vipers still? Oh, yep, there could be another Blinding Cloud as he takes this engagement.
Steps down into his own Blinding Cloud because he doesn't care. He's going to be walking up forward, stutter-stepping towards those Thors, and goodbye Thors. Hellions with blue flame are adorable versus this force. Sacsri.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here. Is it gonna be Zerg Mania? I mean, it's looking like it so far, but Journey could break the chain. He could break the mold. He can go ahead and try to be that first non-Zerg to advance into the semifinals. I kind of introduced him, but hey, man, here he is in the top left corner, rocking that orange. It is
Samsung Galaxy Journey.
AKA the cheeky boy. But in the bottom right-hand corner, he is on fire, not only with these games, but with his scouting game, because he is the most handsome Zerg in this game. Red!
My insanity, Sacsri.
What? Our Zerg players have been on point with scouting proxies on Terraform today. What in the blue hell is going on? This could be a game ender right here. We've seen this happen in the ASL before, where the proxy has been scouted, and then it ends the game immediately. That SCV building the barracks is going to be killed.
Oh no! The Terran Hope! The Terran Hope!
The Terran Hope! The non-Zerg Hope has been eliminated!
Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to support the ASL by hitting the button now.